Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the Sea Dragon Battle. This is game 1 of a best of 1 between Team Titan and Invasion Esports. Thank you of course to MSI for sponsoring this tournament, as well as Adata and Dota Talk for very kindly allowing me to cast this. And this should be a pretty interesting game coming up. We did just watch Titan versus Myth, where Titan gave a pretty hard game for Myth, calling the GG just after KYX5 finished the game by getting a rampage. Invasion though, they are known as one of the stronger teams at the moment. In the Malaysian region, they have some really strong games and they have some really not so strong games. So we will have to see exactly how they play. So normally Invasion go for a very sort of death ball style lineup, and you can see that already with the two picks of the Nature's Prophet and the Viper, which are designed basically to get the ball rolling at around about the sort of between the 5 to 20 minute mark. On the whole is normally when they'll get up the core items and start pushing. Nature's Prophet can rotate from the off lane to the easy lane and help get down the tier 1 and tier 2 tower at around about the 5 minute mark. And of course Viper can just dominate his lane. Normally you do see Kachik Imba picking up the Viper for Invasion in the mid lane, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did grab that, but we might also see ADTR, who has been taking the carry recently for Invasion, taking that for the 1 position as well. It depends on how they want to play this. Of course, Titan have already grabbed the Doom for themselves as their own 1 position. Doom against a Death Ball lineup honestly can be alright, just because he farms so quickly. So you might not want to go for that sort of Midas build that you do see sometimes, unless your team has got a lot of counter push and can defend the lanes. And if you do that, then Doom really will be able to get the ball rolling at around about the 25 minute mark himself, having up more core items. So for example, if Invasion have got 2 items on their core at the 25 minute mark, you know, normally Viper would have the mech and the Argonym 7, for example. By that point, Doom might have his Blink, the mech, and a Shiva's Guard, or, you know, he'll have 2 or 3 core items done by the time Invasion have got 1 or 2 core items done. So Doom can always be sort of 1 step ahead if he can get the space to farm. But Titan, of course, should be prepared. Should be being the operative word. That's not a word, but they should be prepared for a Death Ball lineup coming out from Invasion. So they're going to want to get early game strong team fighting heroes. We can see they've banned out the wow. Well, we can see they've banned out the Razor and the Void. Lycan and Brewmaster have also been banned out. So what does this mean? Well, it's hard to tell, because this Leshrac could be a core. Yamate was sort of well known for his farming Leshrac back in the old days. Or it could be support Leshrac. As a second pick, I honestly don't know what to think. I mean, I would say Leshrac against Nature's Prophet and Viper would be better as a support, because as a core, Viper's going to give him so much grief, and Nature's Prophet's also going to give him a lot of trouble. So I would say support Leshrac 100%, apart from the fact that Yamate loves to play carry Leshrac. So that's just a bit of a, I don't know. In terms of the offlane, I would expect Ohio is going to be grabbing something like a Centaur to go there, something that you can team fight early. Tidehunter's still in the pool and would be a really nice pickup as well against Nature's Prophet and Viper, I would say, and against the Death Ball on the whole. Once the Tidehunter gets level 6, the ball can get rolling. But of course, Invasion do have the next pick, so they can ban out whatever they don't want to verse and pick up whatever they do want to have. So with their normal style of play, you wouldn't be surprised to see sort of supports, well, like maybe the Witch Doctor, who can just heal the allies up as they push. Otherwise, maybe I'm going to ban out the Tinker and the Naga, so just getting rid of those heroes that delay the game. So yeah, I would say they're definitely going for a very aggressive push lineup, maybe wanting to push into the base, less than a Death Ball, maybe just wanting to push into the base about the 25 minute mark. So rather than an 8 minute push, a 25 minute push. But regardless, getting rid of those game delays of the Tinker and the Naga really does imply they want to go early. So Rubik being picked up, a nice hero against the Doom, can really easily steal that Doom with the spell steal. You see a lot of games where the Doom gets doomed himself and then he's sad. So Rubik, a good pickup on the whole as well. Just having that nice telekinesis and the Fade Bolt is quite good to deal with pushes yourself. Removing the damage is actually pretty effective, especially in the early game. You can get lane control just by reducing damage on the enemy heroes. So, you know, can't complain about Rubik. Also, it's got a nice sort of green-yellow theme going on here. Very pretty indeed. But next pickup is going to be coming out from Titan, and well, it's going to depend on if this Leshrac is a support or a core, honestly. If they want to have a roaming support Leshrac, a Sand King would be really nice now. And they're going to go Sand King. So I would say this is the old school Sand King Leshrac combo. Really, really legit old combo. Just really good at roaming. Nice stun, good pushing ability with the Diabolic Edict. AoE is all up there. Otherwise, maybe they're going for an aggressive tri-lane is the other possibility. But these two are really, really nice together. So I like that. I think they can definitely shut down the Nature's Prophet on the offlane if they want to. Rubik is also going to be having a lot of difficulty. Even Viper, before he maxes a corrosive skin, is going to be quite susceptible to getting picked off by those sorts of ganking that you would see coming out from there. So we'll have to see though. Invasion now, looking for their next pickup. So they've got a stunner. They need some AoE, I would say would be a nice thought for them. So the sort of AoE supports they could go for is Ancient Apparition, who's got some nice counterpoke. A would actually be really good against these heroes too. Otherwise, like I said, Witch Doctor's not bad. He's not quite AoE in the traditional sense, but he can do AoE damage with his Death Ward if he gets the Arcanum Scepter up, or even the Paralyzing Cask. Disruptor, another option. The Silence could be really, really nice against these heroes, as well as that Glimpse Send Back, sort of just forcing their hand in terms of positioning, making sure they could sort of group together and don't go too far unless they're going to be able to take down that Disruptor ASAP. Also stopping people from TPing in. So if you are going to be deathballing, one thing Disruptor is great at is, you know, you're ready to go to a lane, someone's been split pushing, and then, you know, they're down on the bot lane, you're pushing the top lane, they TP back, and you immediately just glimpse them back to that bot lane. But the Mirana pick coming out, so could be a support, could be a core, hard to tell. We have seen mid Mirana before, we've seen off-lane Mirana, though I don't think it'll be off-lane with a Nature's Prophet. Or we could be seeing a carry Mirana. Really depends. I feel like Viper's going to be going to the mid lane. It's going to be a one position Mirana, but it's going to depend on the next pick. If they want to be going for a real deathball lineup though, I would say that Mirana is going to be better as a support, and you get something like a Death Prophet to sort of round your lineup out. But Mirana is good against these heroes because of her mobility. But a Batrider coming out, ooh. I like that for the offlane though. Like I was saying, I think something like a Tidehunter will suit Ohio's playstyle well, but Batrider does the same job. He's good against Rat, means that Nature's Prophet won't be able to Rat very efficiently. But he's also got that mobility, which, like I was saying, Mirana's got high mobility, and Batrider can sort of help chase her down or escape from her at the same time. So I think the Batrider is a good hero to grab. The initiation will be quite nice too, since there's not much AoE like I was talking about just a second ago. So Batrider should feel pretty happy just to jump in and grab someone. The only real thing they can do to slow him down is going to be the Viper Strike, but normally when you see Ohio pick up the Batrider, he'll have the Blink the Force Staff done by about the 20-minute mark. So with that in mind, he should have his Blink Force Staff up by the time, you know, he's ready to really get the teamfights going, to initiate them. Otherwise he's just going to be going for pick-offs. But Invasion now banning out the Visage. I guess they feel an aggressive tri-lane's going to be coming out, and Titan getting with the AA. They think it's going to be a one-position Mirana. We'll find out with this next pick if it's going to be either a core or if it's going to be a support. Like I said, I think more AoE is going to be needed. So Disruptor still is an option. It's quite good against the Batrider. Otherwise, maybe even something a little bit more original like the Jakiro could be good, just for a little bit more pushing ability. I think that Nature's Prophet and Viper are both good for pushing, but to actually break the base, Shadow Shaman I guess also could work. He's a little bit squishy. Jakiro is a bit of a tankier hero. Or Dragon Knight, so it's going to be support Mirana then, I guess. So it must be carry Viper mid Dragon Knight. Well, Titan's options are really open then. So at the moment, Invasion have got a quad core in a way. Mirana as a support, usually she'll end up getting some items. So I haven't seen Invasion play Mirana as a support before. I'm not too sure what they're going to do, but sometimes you see the support Mirana getting enough space to get a Midas up, so she can become a core hero. So maybe we'll see that. Otherwise, Dragon Knight, Viper, Nature's Prophet as a tri-core is pretty good. Again, still lacking AoE in my opinion. They really don't have much, whereas Titan have sort of got the Epicenter, they've got the Firefly, they've got the Leshrac, who's a huge AoE hero. So Titan have got space now. They can go really greedy. If they want to, they can have a jungle 4-position Doom, Leshrac, you know, Leshrac mid or Leshrac support, Sand King mid, Sand King support, Batrider offlane. A Wind Ranger pick up now. Looks to me like it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane with the Leshrac, the Sand King, the Wind Ranger. That would be my guess. Ohio's picking up the Doom immediately, so, oh god, is this going to be Is this going to be a Yamato Batrider? I'm covering my eyes just in case. Last time I saw Yamato Batrider, he threw the game. He would just run off by himself into the enemy like tier 3, like hide up in the trees next to the enemy tier 3, and pretty much die for no reason, like 3 or 4 times in a row. And I'm not even exaggerating. He literally did that. He just went and stood at the enemy, like the high ward spot. Oh, thank God it's KYX by Batrider. Whew. We dodged a bullet there, guys, for Titans, Titan fans. But still, both teams pretty unique lineups in a way. You know, we've got essences of what the quote-unquote metagame is, but a lot of these heroes are ones that you don't see as often. So I'm quite excited to see what happens. But going through the players. What we're going to be seeing. So ADTR is going to be grabbing onto that Viper. Kachik Imba on the mid lane, playing the Dragonite. You can see he's already picked up the Magic Stick, so he suspects the Batrider is going to be mid. Okay, going to be playing that support Rubik. Gone for boots first, so he's been pulled both the support items. I think that's quite an... Who bought the courier, though? Man, FCFC, poor guy. Oh, that's a cool courier. What is that? 0 godlike sprays on the courier. What a sad courier. What a noob. Yeah, so Rubik going to be getting the boots up so he can be the initiation power. Mirana, meanwhile, played by FCFC, grabbing Ari first, buying all support items, so she has literally no items. And offlane are going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, and they will be trying to catch someone out. Ooh, we're actually going to be hearing a stun. Ooh, from behind. Net is going to get caught out. The Orborg King is coming. He hasn't picked up a skill yet, but it doesn't matter. He's going down. He knows it's too late. First blood going the way of FCFC. So, no items. I spoke too soon. He can afford, what? He can afford some regeneration. How exciting for him. On the side now of Titan, we're going to be seeing Windranger being played by Yamate. It looks like a tri-lane farming Windranger possibly. Leshrac going to be played by Extinct. KYXY on the mid lane, Batrider. Sanking being played by Net, and Ohio on the off lane, Doom. He's already got himself a healing salve. He did devour a creep just then. So, in terms of lanes, it's going to be tri-lane versus tri-lane coming out. We can see a sentry ward being dropped to block this camp out here. I believe, or as well as a ward to block this camp out. So I believe the reason they've done this is because Sand King normally will, oh, nice to see warding coming out, normally want to stack the jungle for himself or for Batrider. And, you know, blocking these camps out will negate the possibility of them doing that. However, both sentries have been used now, so OK actually picking up a haste ring, going in on KYXY. Ari going to be landing right into his face, but Net is there to help out. He does have a stun up. He's ready to go in. He's going to be stunning onto Kachik, but the stun from the arrow is lasting forever. KYXY looks like he is going to be taking a fall. There's nothing much Net can do for that. He misjudged how long the stun coming out from the arrow was going to last, but KYXY immediately rotating back to the lane. He did save a lot of money there for the bottle, so he had enough to TP back in. Meanwhile, OK is coming to the jungle, watching Net stack it there. They're not going to allow them to stack that jungle, because that is going to be one big factor in KYXY getting up a fast blink dagger. It's going to be stacking the jungle, farming the jungle. And meanwhile, Net actually taking a lot of harassment there from FCFC, so these two supports are making their presence known. Meanwhile, though, Viper versus Windranger, a fairly even matchup that could even favour the Viper. Oh, actually, Net going to get hit there by an arrow. He's going to stun his way to freedom, but not going to be enough. He can't actually dodge attacks. He needs to get that Sandstorm up. Extinct as well, in trouble. These two supports are just giving them so much grief. Telekinesis is on cooldown though, so they won't be able to go in. Plus, there's no mana left onto FCFC. But still, 3 kills now on the side of Invasion, just due to these Roman supports being just griefers, essentially. Yamato, meanwhile, is too scared to go into the lane again. He knows that if he goes too far forward, he could get caught out, and he definitely does not want to be dying. Ghost, meanwhile, on the bot lane. Haven't looked at this lane, but Doom versus Nature's Prophet. A pretty even lane, probably favouring the Doom, I would say. Doom just farms a lot faster. He's got a really nice attack animation. The downside of the Doom is this 0 armor. So he's got 4% physical damage reduction, meaning the Ghost can start harassing him out a little bit higher into the levels. Just using the Nature's Call, sicking the units onto him. Even though it's just 22 damage a hit, you have 22 damage times 3 consistently, and it sort of builds up. And actually, it could be another kill going down. In comes OK, wanting to go for Extinct. Ari going to be landing onto Net's head. He's still level 1. Extinct is now coming in. Net pretty much knows he's a goner. Yeah, one more hit, down he goes. These two supports have to get out of here. Extinct's going to be going down as well. Invasion just have no fear. They're happy just to dive now. Extinct is going to make it down to the T2 tower, escaping. Surprisingly enough, but I don't think it's worth Net coming back here, honestly. I think that going back here is just going to death. And I think he's beginning to see that too. He is going to be rotating away. 4 kills now on the board. Meanwhile on the bot lane, Ghost getting a little bit low. Ohio, I think, played a bit aggressively there. He did actually pop the Scorched Earth. And he's gone from Orb and Venom, so this is a very gank-aggressive Ohio build. He definitely wants to have an impact on... Oh, KYXY in the mid lane. He's got a visibility rune. I think he feels a bit safe. Yeah, but Kachink Ember is getting pretty good farm just because these 2 supports. I don't know, I didn't really comment on it, but we did see the ward planted here by the Dire dewarded, so the map control in this area is gone. You see their map control? They don't know where those supports are. They don't know if the supports are here, or here, or here, or here, or walking down this way. I mean, they have no clue. So it's probably a good idea now that Net and Extinct are rotating down to the bot lane. Ghost is tower hugging really heavily though, and it looks like they're going to be going in. Net is saying, we're doing this, he wants to get off the stun. Can he do a blind stun into the bushes? So he will be able to get the blind stun up, but now he's stuck in the trees. He tries to TP out, he tries to eat a tango, he doesn't know what he's doing. They will be able to get Ghost down, and finally level 2 on both of those supports, but both of them almost died for it. This is a bit more sloppy play from Extinct and Net than I'm used to seeing. But they did get the kill, and that's what they needed. So 1 kill on the board now for Titan. But still, Invasion having a really good time on these 2 lanes. This half of the map is just theirs. Net and Extinct now will be rotating back to the mid lane, though. Maybe wanting to get a kill on Kachink Ember. Oh, probably not, though, because he gets an regeneration rate at the top lane. So, KYXY, though, in terms of the last hit, sitting on 17. Dragon Knight on 18. So, it looks like KYXY actually may not be really dominating this lane the way you'd expect. Of course, like I said, due to this really fantastic roaming coming out from FC, and OK. In fact, OK, support Rubik has already picked up his Arcane Boots. That is insane. Ohio just finished his, and he is farming as a core position. Actually, now Yamate in trouble. FC coming around. He will attract the creep pogo, but it looks like the tower is going to be their main aim. They do have that first catapult has been spawned and coming up now, hitting on the tower. The lane was actually pulled there, which is probably a blessing for these 2 supports, though it looks like, yep, this is what I was talking about. Before the 5-minute mark, Ghost is going to rotate. In fact, they will be getting the telekinesis off on Yamate. He's trying to decide which way to run. He runs into the trees with the arrow. Oh, just misses barely by FC, but now Extinct runs forward into ADT. Shackle coming out to OK, not going to be latching. You know, Yamate's in trouble. Mirana leaping forward. Extinct is going to try and throw down the Diabolic 80, but not going to be enough. And actually, oh, ADTR TP's out. Tower's going to go down anyway, but Doom's coming in. Not enough mana there for the Doom, but they will be able to get down ADTR. So a 1-for-1 trade, a carry for a carry. Yamate getting the last, sorry, a carry for a support. Whew, Yamate getting the last hit, but lots of rotations. Everyone rotated there except for the Dragon Knight. Even KYXY came up to say hello. But the T1 tower going down. Nobody got the last hit, but still, that is a big amount of gold going to the way of Invasion, and they're having a really good early game right now. In terms of item builds, given that... Oh, actually, I see Batrider taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down the mid lane. And this is probably going to be another tower falling. The hard push coming out, and this is the death... This is that death ball that you think of when you think of Invasion. They just... It's 5 minutes into the game, and they're 4-man in the mid lane. I mean, this is like a part... when your enemy 4-mans the mid lane, you don't know how to respond, so you just 4-man the mid lane, and you end up with like a complete impasse when nobody wants to make a move. But Invasion are making it work because they get this T1 tower down. 6 minutes into the game, 2 T1 towers down. They smoke up now as well. I think the smoke was actually caught. Oh, maybe not. It was just possibly out of range because they were standing around this area. So even though they had a ward, not going to be enough. And now even KYXY going to get grabbed there. He does have the Flaming Lasso up. The arrow is going to be missing though. Not quite landing on Tim, so he's just going to be able to use a Firefly to farm. But the rest of them look like maybe they want to go in. Okay, as well as FC are grouped up, ready to go. Ghost is just farming the jungle meanwhile, but Ohio realizes he's not safe on that bot lane. But yeah, so as I was saying, Ohio picked up the Arcane Boots, which normally implies that the Doom's interested in going for the mech, which means that Yamate's going to be free to go for carry item build. So the most sort of common carry items you see is that Force Staff normally to Mjolnir. Synergizes quite well with the Focus Fire. And then Aghanim Scepter as well to boot. So it could be a pretty carry-heavy Wind Ranger. Going for any sort of DPS items in the Aghanim Scepter does give him huge ability to really just you know, shut down heroes like this Viper and this Dragon Knight who are quite tanky. But at the same time, it's really going to be relying on Ohio to get a good Doom off as well, since it is going to be a very sort of tri-core versus dual-core. This is one thing about Titan's lineup that I didn't really mention, is that Invasion have got this sort of quad core, since Mirana also can rotate into a carry role, versus Titan, who have got a Batrider who definitely has an impact, but he's a single target impact, so he's really good against if they have a single carry, so a 4 protect 1, Batrider is fantastic against that sort of lineup, since he can just sort of run in, Flaming Lasso the Morphling, for example, you kill that Morphling, that's GG, their carry's gone, you win game. But against this quad core, who's he going to target? I guess his primary aim is going to be taking down Ghost, but even then, you're going to have a Dragonite and a Viper just sort of going your ham on you, and it's always going to be sort of a lose situation. That's why maybe the Tidehunter, I feel, would have been a bit stronger in the offlane, but they already had the Doom for the offlane. I thought maybe Doom was going to be going in the 1 position. So, you know, they're still in a good spot, but they do have to watch out, because as the game drags on, even though Invasion are winning the early game, Invasion also probably will win the late game unless something drastic happens in the next, 10 to 15 minutes. But either way, Batrider now getting his farm from the jungle, so that's a good amount of farm, was not stolen. Meanwhile, Extinct, he's got boots, guys. GG. He's got boots. But Golden experience on the whole. Invasion is sort of grouping up again. They're smoked up yet again, wanting to try and find a killer at tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sorry, I need a drink of water there. So they are going to be going for the push now. ADT are going for the buckler first, which I do like. The bonus armor is really nice for pushing, but now we do see a rotation coming around from behind. But the courier, it scouts right over the top of his head. The mech is now done. So 4 of them from behind. Oh, hi, with these giant, beautiful wings. Looks so sexy. Looks like FC and OK going to be the ones who caught first. KYXY now coming in. Still no Blink Day, but they're going to be able to get the stun of. Nice Shackle landing onto two of the carries. In fact, ADTR immediately been taking a fall. K going down as well. Double kill there onto Net. And in comes Kachik Imba getting grabbed there by KYXY. Ghost is barely making it away. Is he going to be able to do it? No. One more hit. Wind Ranger getting another kill there. Shackle, another Shackle. These Shackles from Yamate. FC, last one standing in this team fight. He will be able to take down Net, but he's going to be dying for it. It's going to be a 1-for-5 trade. Buyback coming up from the Rubik. OK was thinking, I'll do this, guys. I'll come back, but no, and what a huge team fight there from Titan. Fantastic Shackles from Yamato. I'm going to give him MVP there for that fight. That Shackle, that caught both the Dragonite and the Viper together, and that's exactly the kind of Shackle you want. Those two are going to have to watch their positioning, because if they get caught next to each other again, that could be a huge lead there, and I'm going to assume you can see, yep, experience lead after that fight there, just, phew. It was pretty much even, and even the gold lead dropping slightly. Of course, Invasion do still have a nice gold lead. Due to these towers, they've got 3 towers down now. Huge tower advantage going their way, but it is something they're going to have to work to keep in their favor. Especially because ADTR now has the mech completed. He had it last fight, but given that he got shackled and then doomed, he didn't really have an opportunity to use it. But now it's sort of the ball's in his court to use up that mech and sort of heal his team up. Though ADTR might decide to farm a little bit more, get his treads done, maybe the start of the Argative Scepter before he gets going. But either way, Net now looking close to getting up that Blink Dagger. There's a 1.4k gold after that double kill in the last fight, and once he gets that Blink Dagger up, things will be looking a little bit scarier for Invasion. Even the mech might not be enough if the Doom does manage to come out onto the Viper. But Kachik Imba, he's going for his BKB, he's just bottling himself up. Is going to get spotted out there by a ward. They are just kind of farming in the jungle together. You can see how Invasion are playing a little bit more defensively. It's worth mentioning that FC as well did actually go for the medallion. So a very nice item this game. Well, a very nice item every game. But given that they do have sort of 4 carries based upon their physical DPS, the medallion really, really fits into that sort of a lineup. And it's also really good against the Doom, since he has got, like I said, base armor of 0. So now he's got the buckler, he does have sort of +5 armor when he uses it. +2 base armor as well, so 7 armor in addition, you can see. But when you get that medallion, his armor is going to be back down to nothing, meaning these physical hits from these heroes is going to be hurting a lot more. Really, the only magical damage coming out from Invasion is going to be sort of the Fade Bolt, the Arrow, the Wrath of Nature, and the Breathe Fire. That's about it. There's really not much magical damage, so I think the medallion was a fantastic choice this game. But pause, lots of drawings across the map. I'm not going to even try and analyze what that meant. In terms of items, let's have a look. So on the side of Dire, Yamate is going for that Force Staff, like I mentioned. Good mobility, and then probably building in some damage items. I think the Maelstrom is going to be good against this push lineup. Extinct has got up a Bracer and lots of wards. Batrider almost got his Blink Dagger up, and in fact, pretty much story equal with farm with Net, who's almost got his Blink Dagger too. And Doom with the mech completed in 50 gold. Instead of Invasion, like I said, mech is already done. Probably going to be building into the Treads and Arcanum Scepter, I'd guess, on 80 tier. Kachik Imba already has his Treads up, DD Rune, and an Ogre Club for his BK Beam. Mithril could be bought out at any point. OK has got up 1k gold in the bank as well as his Arcane Boots. FCFC is playing that 5 position, so looks like they're not going to be seeing a quad core Marana coming out, so he's not going to have many items. But if Ruby can get the Blink Dagger up, then I think he should be good to play 5 while Marana gets her items up in the later game. And Ghost, last but not least, who is going for the Necronomicon build. Very pushing oriented. Either way, so in terms of net worth, you can see Kachik Imba as pretty much always, I don't know how he does it, but Kachik Imba always manages to have his farm up. No matter how badly he does, he'll pretty much always just have a tremendous amount of farm. But he's doing quite well for himself. FCFC picking up the invisibility rune there, just taken away from Extinct. Batrider House now got his Blink Dagger up, and you can see the exact same second that he gets his Blink Dagger and the mech is done, they buy a smoke. Because they know that you've got your core items, we've got our items now that we need, let's go smoke. And in fact, FCFC walking past the ward there, oh, he plants his own ward just out of range. Yamato can't de-ward that. Very, very close. But not close enough. Either way, Yamato now just going to be sort of pushing the bot lane. And Arrow! Oh, so close. Very close to landing onto Yamato's behind. But either way, like I said, so a smoke was picked up there. It will be used, but it looks like they're not going to be finding anyone with it. They're sort of just backing Yamato up, but Yamato's still playing very defensively. I guess he's sort of waiting for someone else to make themselves known on the map. But Ned has got his own Blink Dagger up. He just completed it. So with that, I think the Titan should be ready to push. And Invasion might have a bit of a surprise going for him. Actually, he's going for a cloak. Interesting. Might have a bit of a surprise going for them when suddenly the mech, the Blink Daggers are all coming out at once. Though not as surprised, given they have got this water, they just see Ohio and KYXY appearing after the smoke with those items in their inventory, so maybe not as surprising as previously thought. But the one thing Net does also need is going to be that Arcane Boots, or a Null Talisman, or some kind of intelligence boosting items, because if you look at the mana cost of his spells, he needs a higher mana pool really to use that combo, because it's incredibly... mana conservation, I suppose, is very important on the Sand King. He really does not have a high mana pool. His end gain is pretty terrible given that he's a spell-based hero, and he basically needs to get fast Arcane Boots up, otherwise he really has difficulty using this combo. So I think they really want to concentrate on getting him Arcane Boots, but at the same time it looks like Titan are just playing really, really scared. Like, they are playing chicken. Also, a better place to put the Sentry Ward, if you move it slightly this way and you put the Sentry Ward right here where I'm pinging, because then it catches all 3 areas. Technically, you can see if it goes around like that. So you just put a little bit more this way. People normally don't plant wards in this sort of area, which is where you also de-ward if you plant it on this point. So it's kind of like a wasted warding or de-warding when you could actually de-ward the high ground. If they planted this sentry ward over here, you'd be able to de-ward the high ground here. But either way, that's neither here nor there. We did see a Moonlight Shadow going off for no real reason. It was just for funsies. The tier 1 tower is going to get pressured on the bot lane though. FCFC finding a little bit of farm and levels. Yamato though running straight towards him. He's going to leap away, in fact. Net revealing that Blink Dagger. Not going to be able to get the Sparrow Strike off from the Blink. But they should be able to get the tower. But meanwhile, Ghost has got a little bit of an army coming up the top lane. OK is backing him up, ready to go if they need help. And the tier 2 in the mid lane has been pushed as well. So Invasion say, hey, we've got 2 lanes in a perfect position. We've been pressuring these 2 lanes. So do you want to trade? We'll trade a tier 1 for 2 tier 2s. That is a fantastic trade there for the Radiant. Invasion are probably very, very happy with that. The KYXY now coming in. Blink Dagger going to be grabbing onto ADTR, dragging him into Yamato. He's trying to get the line. You can see the line for the Shackle coming out, but it's not going to land. And Ari actually been landing onto Yamato's head, but it doesn't matter. They get ADT up, but they are going to be losing 2 towers for it, since tier 2 at top and the tier 2 in mid went down. So ultimately a pretty good trade there for Invasion. I would not complain about that. That's a lot of gold into their pocket. All the outer towers are gone now, bar this bottom one. So that's the Blink Dagger up. Blink Dagger up onto the Rubik, as well as the Necronomicon 2 done onto the Nature's Prophet. And this is pretty much all from towers, because you can see last hit wise, 16 on the Rubik, Nature's Prophet on 86, so he's doing quite well, but a lot of that is just due to his ultimate. So farm is looking scarily in favor of the Radiant, and Titan, they need to watch out. They probably need bits of travel picked up on someone, or they need sort of a dedicated split pusher. But who's that dedicated split pusher going to be? If you think about it, who can really do it? I suppose Doom is one option, but if there's a team fight picked and he's not there, that could be really, really devastating, because they kind of need that Doom, they need the mech. Batrider, well, they really want that Flaming Lasso. Well, Extinct, he's going to die if he tries and goes alone. He's so underfarmed right now. If he dares go anywhere outside of the base, he's going to die. Net, well, he's pretty much the only reliable stun. Yamate's stun, the Shackle Shot, as well as Extinct stun are both unreliable. So, no net, no stun. All of these heroes are sort of quote-unquote reliable in their lineup, and that really puts them in a hard situation, because they can't not deal with the split push, but by trying to deal with it, they're going to be possibly forfeiting any push advantage. So maybe their best bet is to take a fight like this. You can see the smoke gang coming out from Invasion, heading into the enemy jungle. Maybe wanting to do some warding. We do see some fresh wards picked up there. Okay, getting some more map control. You can see how Titan actually smoking up as well. I wonder if they're going to go into the jungle or if they're going to go into their own base. Oh, they know. They're saying let's go around this way. Invasion are probably in our jungle. Ohio though, oh, he's going to be taking the high ground. Actually going to get stunned out now. He does have Doom up though. He's taking so much damage. Forced stuff down now, but in comes KYXY. Grabbing Kashiki, but he pops that BKB. Perfect timing. Doom does take a fall there. Now Extinct is stuck. This is what I meant. Extinct is just useless. He's way too underfarmed. Net is also probably going to be taking a fall. Yes, he is. He goes down as well. That's a 3-for-0 exchange. Doom getting caught out of position was absolutely devastating for them. And you can see KYXY saying, I told you, go this way, man. Either way, now okay, blinking in, crashing onto Yamate. Yamate, nowhere to get out. It's going to be 4 down from Titan. Invasion now. They've got the push line up. They can just break the base. I don't know how Titan can really defend this. 30 seconds left on Yamate. Extinct is ready to go, but the tier 3 towers can take a fall. No fortify either, and this... No, it looks like Invasion are just going to play it safe. They say, hey, why do we need to pressure this? We've got the advantage, we've got what we need, let's back out, keep farming, get the tier 2, get the Roshan, get even more gold in our pockets before we decide to actually take this. I mean, at the moment, after that last fight just then, gold and experience, 7,500 gold lead experience. It was in favor of Titan, but now it's sitting in favor of Invasion. One lost team fight against the Deathball lineup can mean losing the racks. That is the sort of fear against versing a lineup like this without having proper defenses. And that's what I was talking about with trying to get some counter push in. I mean, Batrider's got the Firefly, which is alright, but I feel like something like a Tidehunter that can really team fight would be better for Titan's purposes. But hey, we'll have to see now. They must have had something in mind. Maybe they're just waiting for Ohio to get up the Blink Dagger. They now know there's a ward in their jungle, since they both got hit by the Nature's Prophet ultimate then. Invasion, meanwhile, grouping up around the bot lane. Looks like FCFC is going to be pressuring, tipping into the mid lane. Not really that much riding he can do. He has to actually watch out, because if he gets caught out... Oh, arrow? No. If he gets caught out, he's going to die very, very quickly. He's sort of this similar to Extinct, but even he's got a little bit more items than that. In fact, his 4 stuff is almost done too, so high mobility Mirana. Either way, Blink taken now up into Ohio. Do they want to fight this bot lane? Extinct is sort of dewarding on the top lane. I think they're going to be better if they try and, you know, defend the tier 3 towers, but this Necronomicon is really going to be doing them a number. And they are going to go in for the Roshan pit now as well. If Titan were to defend this, they need to smoke up and head out now. This Roshan is going to go down very, very quickly. They've got a Medallion, they've got Necronomicons, they've got, you know, the physical DPS from both ADTR as well as Kachigama and Ghost too. So this is a very, very quick Roshan, and Titan have to go now if they want to defend it. I think they even know. They sort of ping it out, but Moonlight Shadow's coming out, and the Roshan is falling even faster. They're going to power shot it, but too little, too late. Roshan goes down. Now, actually, okay, blinking and grabbing onto Net. Is okay even going to die for this? No, he's going to get the double stun off. Perfect stun on Yamate and Net. Net now, he's just taking so much damage. He's going to get 2-3-man stun of Kachikimba, didn't have the BKB, but he's going to be going down for it. They do get ADTR down, but Kachikimba's got up the Aegis, and Ohio is stuck in the trees there. It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange now. Extinct dodging the arrow, so he's going to be forced to go around the long way, but okay is there. Okay has have the vision, and Extinct is going to go down as well. And this is going to be the racks most likely. It doesn't even matter that the Elder Dragon forms on cooldown, because they've got up the Nature's Prophet. When he tunes back in. Necronomicon back in 20 seconds, and that's all they need. 20 seconds is when Titan is back up, and by that point they can get the Raxes quite low. Necronomicon can finish it off when they TP out. But it looks like they're going to back out. They just want to play it safe. Invasion yet again, win a team fight, get the Aegis. This is very, very careful. But honestly, I think being careful is the better idea. Especially versus a team like Titan that are sort of very, very careful. If you make a mistake against them, they will be able to capitalize on it, and they will be able to sort of catch up. So this is something that Invasion are really thinking about very intelligently. They're not saying, hey, oh no, arrow onto net. They know it hit the bullseye sound means it in the crit. Oh, net. Poor guy. It's a really nice arrow there by FCFC. So, ADTR, Kachik, Ember, FCFC grouped up now. Looks like they're going to go for the racks. They've got Net down. Net respawns so quickly because he's so under-leveled. I mean, you look at the levels, him and Extinct are so low. They're just not keeping up, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, probably lower levels are better at this point because they've respawned faster when they get picked off like that. But either way, Ohio now, he does not want to risk getting picked off. They've got a sentry ward down, de-warding sort of the middle of their base, but it doesn't really matter. The Raxes are going very quickly. They're going to be using the fortified. Net is back up. If they're going, they need to go right now. Firefly going to be coming out from KYXY. He's ready to go in. Who's he going to grab though? Can they get Kashikimba? No, KYXY going to get stunned up now. Kashikimba, BKB, Doom coming out to ADTR. Net coming in with the epicenter landing onto 2. He's going to try and get a kill, but no. Okay, he's going to steal the Burrow Strike. Ohio, they're taking massive amounts of damage. They can't even get Ghost on. Yes, they can. Windranger going to get the last hit. They're barely escaping with his life, but Kashikimba in the middle of the fight. ADTR is going to turn around and just the Doom dies, and he lives. 3 down in exchange for 2. Shackle landing onto ADTR, but it doesn't really matter. The rack is going down. Kachik Ember still has got the Aegis up. They can't even touch him. They've got no way to deal with him. And there goes the middle racks. In fact, Kachik Ember wants more. He's waiting, saying, someone come? Anyone? Hey? No? Nobody? Okay, I'll back out now. What can Titan do? They just don't really have a carry to deal with this. They went for a really early game based lineup, but they didn't actually get any sort of early game advantage. Invasion just really counted them at every turn. So now, okay, building towards the Arcanum Scepter. If he can get the Ags, it'd be pretty good. If he can steal the Doom, steal the Windranger ultimate. Oh, actually, Firefly coming out, ADTR. They really don't like ADTR. Arrow, though, going to be landing with KYX, but I don't know if it matters. There's so many heroes there. He actually gets 4-star forward there by his teammate, trying to make the stun miss, but it doesn't matter. ADTR does die. That took 4 heroes and an ultimate just for 1. And it still took a long time. And meanwhile, Ghost is just pressuring the top lane. Okay, and FCFC roaming around together. They've got the 4 staff up, like I said. Args coming out. Other items that are going to be built now. So, Ags for ADTR, 800 gold. 3k on Kachik. Oops, I'm sorry, I just dropped something. I think an Assault Cuirass is going to be really nice for him, just for helping with the pushing. They've already got the Medallion. Medallion and the Assault Cuirass means that someone is going to be in trouble, most likely the Doom, when team fights start. Otherwise, maybe he wants to go for a more DPS-oriented item. So, maybe picking up you know, something like the Helm of the Dominator. Some people like the lifesteal on him. Though I think going for AC is going to be better for the team, given that they are just sort of deathballing it. Something like Helm of the Dominator is more a carry item, and they're not really going for a carry Dragon Knight. They're not pubs. No, I'm kidding. You know, they realize that there's no real reason to go for carry items on a hero that pushes so quickly. Dragon Knight is not the sort of hero that you want to pick up if you want to go for carries. Either way, oh, Ohio yet again! Lifted up, stunned up, 4-starved. Oh, and down he goes. FCFC getting last hit. This does mean the BKB's been popped. Extinct is running away. Yamata trying to get the shackle. Will actually land the shackle. Can KYXY go in and grab him? His blink dagger is up, but no, the invisibility saving their lives. They can't put down a sentry ward. They don't have dust. And that is going to be just a free kill on Ohio. They need to shuttle for 30 seconds. Ohio does not have the buyback. Windranger doing what she can, but she's out of mana now. Now actually... Okay, blinking in yet again. KYXY forced to 4-star himself out, but ADTR is there to just do some damage. But Ned coming in, double stun, getting okay as well as ADTR, but the 4-star saving saving okay for half a second, but Dragon Knight's going to clean up on a killing spree, taking down Extinct. The second Rax is falling, Doom is still dead. Buyback is ready onto Extinct, but it doesn't really matter because his Rax is going to go down no matter what. Arrow now flying out. Not going to land on anyone, but the Raxes are down. What? 20 to 13 on the board. 15,000 gold lead. 5,000 experience lead. Yamato now desperately trying to get a kill. He will be able to get a shackle, not going to land onto anyone. He's got his ultimate. Is he going to use it though? He is going to use the focus fire, but look how little he damages. He has no way to break the TP out anyway, and good decision by Ghost there. Shackle missed. The Wind Ranger can't do much. TP out in her face. One last rack standing. Ohio needs to position himself further back. He's been picked off at the start of every fight since this one right here. The fights where he can get the Doom off, they can have a chance of winning, but, well, they could have, but even now, the gold and experience lead is so significant in the favor of Invasion. I don't know if Titan really have any way to turn it around without Invasion throwing. Yeah, I don't know, unless, you know, Invasion, the only way I can see them really losing it is if they maybe pick Ghost off 3 or 4 times in a row. And, you know, if Ghost gets picked off 3 or 4 times in a row, it might give enough of an advantage to Titan for them to sort of claw their way back in. But given that Invasion are playing this really smart, they're grouped up. They are just together. They are, like, holding hands in the jungle, getting coffee together, best friends for life, all 4 of them. They're not really staying apart, so any team fight you pick, the whole team's going to be able to be that. I mean, even though FC is a little bit further away, he's got the leap, he's got the 4 staff, he can join the team in a minute. Plus, he can even help out with the Moonlight Shadow and the Arrow, which are long-range spells. You don't need to be next to someone to cast them. If a team fight occurs over here, well, the Arrow can fly from, you know, here to here. That's fine. He can cast a Moonlight Shadow and then go join his team. So, really, it doesn't... It just shows sort of the tenacity of Invasion, just wanting to stick together and not really letting the mistakes that other teams might make get to them. Even though they're not really doing anything at the moment, they're sort of just farming the jungle little by little, but they're not throwing, and that's really important, that you don't throw the game. That's a lot of mistakes that people make. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make, is just throwing the game, because they go alone for no reason. There is no reason for them to go alone. They can just go together, hang out, you know, smoke up, try and kill Ohio again, which it looks like they might be about to do, because they are Moonlight Shadowed up, heading into the base. There is a Sentry Ward, but it doesn't matter, okay? He's going to just lift in there, grab Ohio, can't do anything. He's just 4-star forward, just too many spells on his head. Down he goes. KOXY will grab on a Chikachik in, but immediately he's just going to be hexed up. KOXY auto-attack to death by ADTR. Buyback from both of them. Ohio, though, immediately gets shackled up. He does get the Doom off onto Kajik Imba, but he's going to be dying for it. Or is he? 79 HP, 60 HP, FC's going to go down, OK is going to go down, but ADTR still on Q-Up duty. Do they have enough damage to take him down? KYXY desperately wants to get FCFC, but Net's going to come in, stun onto ADTR. Can this be a team wipe? KYXY, why did you give up? What are you doing? Yes, keep going. Oh no, KYXY's a quitter. It can't be a team wipe. But still, wow, huge team fight, but that was 2 buybacks coming out. There was, no, 3 buybacks there from Titan. That was kind of it. I mean, Invasion lost a team fight, but that was 3 buybacks forced. So is it really a lose when you force 3 buybacks? I say no. Plus Roshan is now up, so Titan can try and get the Roshan, but do they have enough damage? Oh, and Roshan isn't even going to be up until everyone from Invasion is back up and ready to rejoin the fight. Ohio's just gonna sit here. Roshan. Please.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I was just thinking, the second he blinks out, it's gonna respawn. But no, not that way. But either way, golden experience now. Well, it went from maybe a 17,000 gold lead to a 15,000. It's still significant in favor of Invasion. Experience is falling a little bit, but that's going to be due to the fact that Invasion are just 5-manning. Like I said, Invasion are just hugging, holding hands, giving loving glances to each other in the bushes, and you know, that's all Invasion really need to do. That's their thing right now. And so yeah, they're lacking in experience, but it's at the point where it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously you want to get level 16 on your heroes, but they've got 2 lanes of Raxes now. They're just sort of waiting to get the Mega Creeps, and it looks like they are just going to go for it, because in fact, oh no, they catch Ned out. Can he get away from this? No. No would be the answer. And that's going to be 1 minute without net since he did buy back in that last fight. They're going to go in for the Roshan now. No epicenter, no, reliable stun. Free Roshan, guys. Let's do this. It is being pinged out by the Dire, and oh, they want to go for it. They're going for it. Ohio blink in 5 seconds. It will be in time. KOXY going to be scouting it out. KOXY going in, grabbing on to a creep. Oh god, I think he grabbed onto a creep. Either way, Ohio's standing on the high ground there. He wants to blink in, but he's not going to. Extinct is going to get grabbed. Ohio finally blinks in just to get stunned and then stunned. Oh, he needs that BKB so badly. He's just going to call it GG. Yamato's the last one standing. Doom was stolen there by OK, and that's it. 5 down. Net still has not respawned from his death on the bot lane, and Titan are just going to call it. GG, well played to both teams. Really well played there by Invasion. They played that lineup pretty much perfectly with minimal throwing, but GG, well played to both teams. Thank you, of course, to MSI for sponsoring this tournament, as well as Adata. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That's all for tonight, I believe, but either way, I've been Lily, casting for you. Woohoo! And I will see you all tomorrow.